Hi my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and for everybody who's new, I'm Leorah and I'm so glad you found me. Okay, so today we're doing another Makeup Your Month, which is basically I'm just sitting down, I'm doing my makeup and like playing around with whatever I have, and we're talking a little bit about the new month that is coming up according to the Jewish calendar. And yeah, so that's what we'll do. And my thoughts that I have about this or something related or connected to that. Anyway, what we're going to do today is I actually want to create a look with the Fall Fusion palette, which looks like this. I have featured that, of course, already on my channel. I'm not 100% sure yet what I'm going to do. Probably I'm going to use the red and this burgundy kind of a shade. And I also want to use something that is new that I got sent by a friend, and that is this. And I don't even know this brand. It's, wait, where is it? It's Touch in Soul, and it's a sparkling foiled pigment, and it's like really golden, and it is like duochrome. Let me just swatch this for you. No, it's so pretty. And you know, I'm not good at swatches at all, so I don't know if anything ever shows up that I'm doing in swatches, but maybe it does. I don't know. I really don't know, but just believe me, it's beautiful. So I actually want to try that out on my lid today because I have not used that yet. Yeah, and then of course you see that I have no foundation on yet. The only foundation I put on was around my eyebrows, actually, because that's what I did. So my eyebrows are done, and I put on the foundation just there so I don't mess it up later, that area, when I'm actually putting on the rest of my foundation. And I tightlined my eyes, and I put some primer on my, like, eyeshadow primer on my eyelids, and that's it. So now we're gonna just zoom in and start talking. Okay, so I'm just gonna start and do my makeup and then see whatever happens with the look. I have no idea. I probably want to do a cut crease because I just need to practice that, and I've been doing a lot of them lately, and I'm just trying to perfect my own routine with the cut creases. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. And just so you know, cut creases tend to look really messy till they start looking better, so don't worry about it. I'm pretty sure in the end it's gonna be fine. Pretty confident about it. Alright, so I think I'm just gonna go in with this burgundy shade right here, and I'm putting that in my crease and upwards, and I'm actually using a pretty small brush, and because I want it to be pretty like not blown out but in place, like, you know. It doesn't matter because today is just a get ready with me, it's not a tutorial, so we'll just see how it goes. Alright, so what I wanted to talk to you about is the month of Iyar, which is, when you see this, it's, I guess, about to start. And I know I should be doing my tribal stone series as well and everything. I don't know. You know what, maybe I should just do the tribal stone series without a connection to a special date, because it just doesn't work for me. I just don't get around to do it all. Maybe I just throw in a tribal stone once in a while, just like that, without having it bound to a different certain date or something. Because if you're new here and you don't know what I'm talking about, my tribal stone series used to be my first makeup related video every month, and I don't know, it's just not happening these days. Anyway, so Iyar, the month of Iyar. So when I was thinking about what is in that month, I could actually come up with nothing, and that that is such a good thing, because, you know, we have all struggled our way now through the month of Nisan and celebrated Passover and all of that, and it was such a hard time. And then in the next month we'll celebrate Shavuot, which is basically the next big holiday, and I feel the month of Iyar is just the time in between. And then I thought, well, Leorah, there's so many things, so many times in a woman's life, or I guess in everybody's life, but I'm just talking about myself now, in a woman's life that is just time in between. And I feel in so many ways that I am in that place right now. Maybe maybe I have a midlife crisis or something. It's just that I feel, where am I going? What is happening in my life? What have I done? It's sort of like, what have I done? What have I done so far with my life? Not like that I have done something terrible or something. I feel sort of in a reflecting kind of a mode, and trying to give my life a direction for, basically, I guess, for the second half of my life, because let's face it, half of my life is over. Well, this is scary. Alright, we are moving very, very fast towards my 40th birthday, and it scares me so much. Like, all of you who have already turned 40, please let me know, how was that? I remember when I turned 30 and I was super scared. I was super scared. Back then my dad was still alive, and he kept making fun of me. He thought it was so hilarious that I made such a big deal out of it. But I actually, you know, celebrated the last night of my 29th year. That's when I celebrated, because that was for me the reason to celebrate. Anyway, so back to the topic of being in between things. I feel, maybe also because I don't want to, you know, have more babies, and so I don't feel like I'm a young mother anymore, and I'm now at the point where I'm basically raising my kids and not bringing in new life. I think that is, especially in my culture where I come from, that is a big step. And then my oldest son, he's now 12 years old, Akiva, and he just started to study for his bar mitzvah, which is going to be next year in March. And it makes me feel incredibly old. But I just feel like I'm in between things, like in me being a mother, in me being a wife, having been married for 14 years, which is, I know it's not so much, but I think still in today's world it is a lot. And sort of redefining my relationship also now, that it's not just about bringing in new life, and it's more about finding each other on the way again, or finding a new way of going together. Do you know what I mean? If this makes any sense to you, I don't know. Like, if you're just interested in how this look turns out, which, like, right now I'm looking like an owl, then just go fast forward and go to the end of the video, because I really have no idea where I'm going with this. It's just that this is the thought that popped in my mind when I thought about this month of being in between things, and being sort of in suspension. And I also feel with my career, I feel exactly like this, that I really, you know, I'm still studying, and I actually started studying a year ago. It's already a year, and I don't know of a lot of people who study makeup artistry for such a long time, and I'm not done yet. And I'm taking on so many courses, and I want to go far, and I want to learn more, and I want to go out there, and I want to do everything. So, but still I feel like my chance has not come yet, and I'm sort of inching my way towards it. But I feel like I have to have patience. I have to have patience. It's not there yet. I'm pushing myself behind the scenes. I am sitting here every morning, if I'm filming or not, and I'm practicing and practicing and practicing and practicing, and it just feels like, okay, when is the time that actually that door opens, and someone is going to see me who says, "Wow, Leorah, I'm going to push you towards where you're supposed to go." So I'm sort of feeling in this, I'm there but not yet. And this is the whole idea that I have about this month, the month of Iyar, that we are all in that suspension thing going on between Passover and, now I don't know the English word for Shavuot. Is it Pentecost? I don't know. Is it? Could it be? It could be. I have no idea. I think it might be. So anyway, so this is the whole time frame, and I'm not good at this. I'm not good at waiting around. I'm not good at being patient. Never have been. And I know it makes my family crazy, but I'm a go-getter. I need to have results, and I want to have it now. So that's how I've always lived my life. This is looking so messy, but believe me, it's going to get better. Anyway, so I just want to find out, I found to find a way for myself how to go through that stage, you know, how to go gracefully through that stage, because I just really want to be at my best in this, and I don't know how to. Quite frankly, I have no wisdom to share on how to be my best. I have absolutely no idea, because I'm struggling with it, you know. I have no patience. I want to already be everything. And I don't know. I really don't know why we have to have these times in our lives where you feel you're working so hard and you're doing so much and you're investing and you're doing and you're doing and you're doing, and still you feel like, this is so hard, and I don't see any results, and I don't know what to do, and what else could I change in order to, you know, to move forward, and to, I don't know, all of these things. And you just have to now figure out what is it in your life that I'm talking about. Like, for me, it is, quite frankly, it's first of all the career, the makeup career, but also it's the mothering. These are the two issues that I have in my life mostly. Did I take this too far up? Maybe. That I'm sort of in between with my kids. They are still somewhat small, but they are also not that small anymore, and I don't know anymore, like, once you stop changing diapers, what do you do? You know, I don't know. I'm good at changing diapers. I'm good at giving showers. But once they grow up and have all these questions about life and about all of these, like, issues, and then they suddenly, like, you have to tell them about all the filth that is out there. You have to prepare them and talk to them about drugs and about, you know, stuff like that. And I really don't want to. I don't want to. And I don't know how to, and I don't know how to be a good mother for teenagers, because I have no experience with that. And I'm sort of feeling like, whoa, this is a whole new stage in my life, and I have no idea how to do it. Does any one of you have some wisdom to share here? I really don't know how to be in that place yet, you know. So I'm trying to figure out how to gain that kind of a wisdom, or maybe it just comes with time. I really have no idea. So this might all seem like I'm just rambling along, but it is really an issue for me that I don't know how to solve, and I don't like things that I don't know how to solve. I really would love to be I love to be in control and know what I'm doing, and ahead of time before I'm doing it, you know. But I sort of feel in so many ways that I'm just floating along, and I don't know if you feel like that too, that you're sort of a bit like on remote control, and you're struggling through your life things that you have to deal with, your normal life issues, whatever, you know. It doesn't even need to be anything major. It can just be normal life issues, kids not doing their homework, or I don't know, something like this, you know. Okay, I have carved out my cut crease, and I'm actually going to prime that lower part now with my lid with the infallible 24-hour concealer pomade from L'Oreal, because the upper part I always do with the MAC paint pot, And I feel like this is a little bit more creamy, and it makes it so much easier to apply it here, because I have to be super careful to not mess it up now. And the creamy texture or the creamy formula makes it easier, you know, the placement and everything. Anyway, so I was thinking about this. Why do we have to have this time of suspension? What it could possibly be our gain in this? You know, why would God have, you know, given us this? Well, I feel personally like every time I am in a stage like this, which is like every day, I suffer. I don't like it. I don't want it. Why do I have to have it? For me, it's like a punishment. Why can I not be there already? Why can I not live my best life already? And while I was thinking about that, is first of all, Leorah, stop complaining. You know, stop complaining. Let's just be happy and start thanking God for what we have. And so that's of course the first principle. And then I thought, and that's really not my idea, it was just my best friend who is trying to teach me something. And then she said, you know what, Leorah, this gives you time for praising God, because this is really the first thing you owe God, to praise Him. You know, and I feel that is so right, and I keep forgetting it. I really do keep forgetting it. That in everything, like we constantly as human beings, we go very, very easily into this whole complaining kind of a mode, right? So let's just think about leaving Egypt, the whole story about the people of Israel leaving Egypt. How fast, after seeing all those miracles, how fast they flipped backwards into this thing of telling Moses, or Moshe, how we say in Hebrew, why did you bring us here? It was much better in Egypt. Like boom, it flipped out of their mind that they were slaves in Egypt. Right? So, I mean, what is it with humans that we just fabricate stuff in order to, I don't know even why. Like, why would they think to go back to Egypt, to voluntarily go back into slavery? That makes absolutely no sense to me. The second you have hardships, the second you are in suspension, you are like, you have left Egypt already, but you're not in the promised land yet, in whatever that is in your life. It's just, it's hard, you know. It's like potentially 40 years in the desert, and a lot of sacrifices having to be made, and wars to fight, and all kinds of things. So these suspension periods can be extremely hard. It's not just giving us a time of rest or giving us some breathing space, which it can be too, but I feel in a lot of ways it is a time for us to grow. Like if I take the example of the people of Israel in the desert, then I think of this whole slave mentality had to be purged from the people. And this is what they had to learn, you know, that they are free people now. And there were generations and generations who were born into slavery already, so they had never experienced freedom. Anyway, so yeah, so this is basically my thought about this. Why do we have to have these periods? So first of all, I guess God sometimes just wants to give us a forced break. You know, because we people, we never stop. We never stop, whatever it is. We just always need something, want something, go for something. And I think sometimes God just says, breathe, stop, listen, you know. And then the other thing is that sometimes we just really have to learn something on the way, which if we would just breeze through everything, we wouldn't learn it. You know, we would just overlook it. I think what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to set my concealer here with an eyeshadow, because this is creasing like crazy. I don't know, it usually doesn't do that. Maybe it's because it's starting to get hotter and I just feel like I'm melting. Yeah, we're moving towards the summer. Anyway, I think because, you know, the pigment that I showed you in the beginning is this golden kind of shade. So I'm going to take, I think, this yellow right here. And I'm going to set my concealer here with that yellow. And then I'll just put that pigment on top of it. And I actually also used the yellow up here to just blend out the red. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Anyway, yeah. So what are we thinking about this whole topic? I think that in everything that God has given us, there is, of course, a lesson, and there is goodness for us. So sometimes I forget it in my daily life because I'm a human being and I'm busy, and sometimes I just don't think, you know. And but I know in my heart of hearts that there is goodness in everything that God has for us, and that there is a reason for everything, and nothing happens just by, what's it called, happenstance, I think, right? So so I just want to believe that this is what God has for us, you know. And even though I don't understand why it has to be this way, why we have to, why we have to have those times in our lives. And I don't know, maybe I'm the only one who is struggling with this. Maybe this is not even important for any one of you, because maybe this is not even an issue. But for me it is. I hate those in-between times. I also did not particularly enjoy being engaged because I wanted to be married, you know. So, okay, so we did not have a very long time of engagement, but I am not good at all of these in-between times. And also for like being engaged, there is a reason for this, you know, there is a reason for this engagement time. So if I'm good at it or not, there is goodness in it, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, I'm probably gonna watch the footage after I'm done filming and I'm gonna think, oh Leorah, really? Anyway, I hope this makes any sense to anyone. You know, this is because it's a get ready with me. I'm just really sitting down, and my brain and my mouth sort of start working on their own. Anyway, so yeah. So I hope and I believe, no, I don't hope, because I know knowledge and hope are two different things. I know that in all of this is God's grace for me personally and for all of you. And if there is some suspension period where you are stuck in and you don't know what's happening, then we'll just, you know, we'll just have to reflect and go into ourselves and find that spot why that is, you know. Okay, so I'm going to, excuse me, I'm going to now take this this sparkly pigment, and I don't know, do I want to spray it? Maybe I want to spray it just in case. Let's just spray my brush. Exciting. Oh. Oh, I love this. This is so sparkly. Of course, now I don't know, because I'm putting it on top of an eyeshadow, how it would have performed if I would have put it directly on my eyeshadow base. But I can do that next time. But for this, wow, I love this. This is so cool. Do you see how it sparkles? Does that come across? I'm so excited about this. Oh my goodness, that's oh my goodness, I love this. Okay, let me finish this, and you know what? I'm gonna finish off the look, and which is gonna be super cool, because you know, when I come back, then I have my foundation and everything on. The age spots will be gone. And I'm going to show you the finished look and hopefully share another thought with you. And then we're going to wrap this up and I'm going to send you off. Alright, so I'm going to be right back. Okay, my lovelies, we're done. But okay, so this is how the look turned out, and I think it is amazing. I love it, and I love that moment when I look in the mirror and I think, wow, Leorah, this is how you're gonna spend the day. This is why I love makeup so much. I love it, I love it. I mean, when you see at the beginning of the video how I looked, natural, fine, nothing wrong with this, but I just love the transformation. I love that moment when suddenly everything comes together. I love this. Okay, so before I give you my final thought on the month of Iyar, which basically that's, I guess, what we were talking about, I want to quickly tell you what I did with my look, and for that I think I'm just going to move my mirror a little bit and zoom out like this, so we have a little bit more room to work with. Okay, so of course I used the Fall Fusion palette, as you know, ta-tam, and I ended up using these shades together with this on the above my crease, and then again this to set the concealer, as I told you, on my lid when I cut the crease. And what else did I do? Under my lower lash line I used this and this. This has micro glitter in it, so it is a little bit dangerous to use, because once you have your foundation done, then it might rain down a little bit, so you have to be very careful. But nevertheless, if you're careful, then it's okay. This I used as an inner corner highlight. And yeah, so my first impression to this tiny little pigment here, what is it called again? Soul, Touch in Soul. Never heard of this brand. Anyway, it is super stunning. I super enjoyed working with this, and anything new is always exciting for me. So though I have to say, you have to spray your brush, definitely, because off camera I tried it also without spraying my brush and it goes all over the place. So be smart and use setting spray on your brush, and then it's just amazing. I love it. I love how it sparkles. It's just, yeah. All right, for bronzer and for contour I used two shades from Il Makiage. Actually, I went a lot with Il Makiage today. Also, my blush is today from Il Makiage. It's the shade Isla Bonita. And also my highlighter, it's a baked highlighter, is from Il Makiage, and it's called, what is it called? Diamonds. Diamonds. Okay, for my lips I used this that I really like. It's from Essence. It's the Color Boost Vinylicious Liquid Lipstick in the shade Woody Rosy, because I love neutral lips and I love it shiny, so yay. Okay, and then I don't have lashes on. These are my natural lashes, but I do, on those days where I'm not wearing lashes, I actually try this, and this is the False Lash Superstar from L'Oreal, which has like two sides. One is the, wait, which one is it? This one, yeah. This is like the primer side, and you put that on and you let it sit a little bit, sink in, and then you actually put the mascara on top. And I do feel that really it makes a difference. It absolutely does, because I think I can get away with this and it looks amazing. Good. For the lower lash line I used a different one, which is the Volume Million Lashes Access from L'Oreal as well. Wow, did I tell you everything now? I think this is it. Alright, so let me just wrap this up and give you one more final thought. You know, while I was finishing my makeup, I was thinking again about all the things that I've been saying now throughout this video and my thoughts and all of this, and I was thinking, you know what, it is really all in that line of what we spoke about in my Purim special. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm gonna link that video in the cards, because that was the long way of preparation till we have the coronation. That's what we were talking about. It's not like in a movie where you have like a weekend and then there's a coronation and then they live happily ever after. It's not like that, right? There is a long road that you have to go. There is a lot that you have to learn. There is a lot of sacrifices that have to be made when you become a queen. And this is all also a time of suspension where you're not here or not there, like you're in between. You're not yet the queen, but you're already not like a normal person, like a servant. You're already raised to a higher level, but you're not yet on the throne. So while we are there, in whatever way that is, in whatever is the concern in your life or in my life, we, I think, have to just take it as it is. You know, I think this is my realization that this is just how it is. It is for our good. This is the time for us to learn. This is the time for us to reflect on what has been. It's the time to prepare ourselves what will be. And you know what, this whole issue with me and my channel and my career and everything, and I'm sort of struggling a little bit, quite honestly, with the fact that after 1 year on YouTube, and I'm going to very soon do a video with you about my first year on YouTube, because it has just been a year now, with all my thoughts about this. And I'm struggling a little bit when I see other YouTubers who started after me and they're at 7,000 subscribers, and I think, okay, I love my 670 or what I have right now. I love all of you, and but what am I doing wrong that I'm not that successful, you know? So I know that I'm different. I know I'm religious. I know that this is not for everybody, you know, and other people do only makeup related videos, and I sort of have a little bit more variety in rapping, and also like my chatty videos about religion and issues like that. I know that it's not for everybody, but all right. So in that connection, my husband and also my best friend, they always keep telling me, Leorah, you need that time. Your time will come, but you need this time of preparation, because this is when you learn how to deal with everything that is going to come. You need that slow growth, because not everybody needs to be eased into something, you know, not everybody needs it, but God knows that I need it even before I know that I need it. You know what I mean? So I'm just going to try to be more trustful in God's love for me, and his feelings of compassion for me, that he is looking out for me, and just sit there in this month of Iyar and wait for the things to come, but at the same time try to be in the moment. So that's my last thought for this right now. I hope this was not too rambly. I hope you still enjoyed. Please let me know, because you know, I'm really trying my best. It's just that I'm not a studied person in all of these things. I'm really just sharing my heart, and sometimes my heart is a bit rambly, so what can I do? Anyway, so this is it. If you like this video, then please give it a like. If you're new here and you enjoyed this, then please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you tomorrow for my next wrapping tutorial. And up until then, I love you so much. Hugs and kisses. Bye.